welcome to Catholic News Roundup. I'm Christine Niles. Today's December 5th, 2025. Here are this week's top stories. The Vatican is saying no to female deacons. A commission to study the question has released its findings and, quote, rules out the possibility of moving in the direction of admitting women to the diaconate, understood as a degree of the sacrament of holy orders. It goes on to say this is not yet a definitive judgment, expressing hopes that lay ministries might be expanded to include women. Pope Francis established the commission in 2021 after queries by several bishops asking to explore the topic. The commission notes it will continue to study the question, although it appears sacramental ordination is ruled out. The Pope is canceling a Vatican fundraising group. On Thursday, the pontiff formally suppressed the Commission for Donations to the Holy See, approved just 9 months ago under Pope Francis. The commission was problematic because its board was made up of Italians with no fundraising experience, and its president was from the Secretariat of State. The same office investigated for a scandalous London property deal that led to the loss of hundreds of millions of dollars. The lack of American input on the board, by far the biggest donor group to the Holy See, was also a problem. The Pope's move seems to be an effort to wipe the financial slate clean and start from scratch. In other papal news, during his historic trip to the Middle East last week, Pope Leo declined an invitation to pray in a mosque. On Saturday, he toured the Sultan Ahmed Mosque in Istanbul, also known as the Blue Mosque. The Muslim host asked if Pope Leo wanted to pray while inside, but the pontiff replied, quote, "No, I'm just going to look around." 5 popes, beginning with Pope Paul VI, have visited Istanbul's Blue Mosque. Both Pope Benedict and Pope Francis prayed silently during their visits, with Pope Leo breaking from that tradition. And the Pope's trip to Lebanon has also given hope to both Christians and Muslims. The pontiff first prayed at the shrine of Saint Charbel Makhlouf, the Lebanese miracle monk with the most documented miracles in history. Christians, Muslims, and Druze have a devotion to the saint, who's known for answering the prayers of all who call on him with faith. Among registered miracles are that of Sunni Muslim Yazin Nidal Jaber, healed of shoulder paralysis after applying St. Charbel oil, and 5-year-old Muslim Rahaf al-Halabawi, healed of brain cancer after her father visited St. Charbel's church and asked for his prayers. EWTN host Colm Flynn posted video of Muslim reactions to the pontiff's visit.
What is your name, my friend?
Hussein.
Hussein.
Yep. Muhammad.
Muhammad. And you were telling me you're both Muslims.
Right.
And why are you watching this on your phone here in Lebanon?
Something new, Saraha.
Something new.
Yeah, and for peace, you know.
So what do you think, what do you hope it will achieve, his visit to your country?
Peace, to be honest.
Peace.
Yep.
And the end of the war.
Perfect.
Hope so.
Hope so. Guys, hey, thank you.
150,000 attended the Pope's Mass in Beirut, where they recited the Our Father in Arabic. The Pope made appeals for peace, saying, quote, "Lebanon, stand up, be a home of justice and fraternity, be a prophetic sign of peace for the whole of the Levant." Lebanon has the highest Christian population in the Middle East at approximately 40%. The Pope's visit comes as Lebanon has been the target of Israeli airstrikes in its efforts to wipe out Hezbollah. And on the 1700th anniversary of the Council of Nicea, Pope and Patriarch together recited the Nicene Creed. Pope Leo and Constantinople's Patriarch Bartholomew met on the shore of Lake Iznik, the site of the council. While critics claim he left out the filioque clause, the Catholic Church has never required that Eastern Catholics recite the phrase.
We believe in the Holy Spirit, the Lord, the giver of life, who proceeds from the Father, who with the Father and the Son is worshipped and glorified.
Filioque, which means "and the Son" in Latin, refers to the phrase about the Holy Spirit, who proceeds from the Father and the Son. The Orthodox Church does not believe the Holy Spirit proceeds from the Son, a point of major contention among many that led to the Great Schism in 1054. The Pope is hoping his visit will bring healing to that schism between the Orthodox and the Catholic Church. An archbishop is weighing in on the government's narco-terrorist killings. Archbishop Timothy Broglio, head of the military archdiocese, published a statement this week calling on the federal government to act morally in its strikes on drug cartel boats. He wrote, "From the beginning, George Washington wanted chaplains with his troops to tell him the truth," going on to say, "In the fight against drugs, the end never justifies the means, which must be moral, in accord with the principles of the just war theory, and always respectful of the dignity of each human person." U.S. forces have struck 22 boats since September, killing at least 83 people. Department of War Secretary Pete Hegseth claims the killings are of drug cartel members trafficking illegal drugs into the U.S., while critics claim it's part of a wider regime change war to topple Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Turning to Canada, last year the country euthanized 16,499 people. It's the highest death toll yet, ever since Canada legalized euthanasia in 2016. In 2021, it extended the law to cover the disabled, even if they're not terminally ill, leading to concerns of abuse and coercion.
What really disturbs me is now that MAID is legal for people with disabilities, I feel sure that bullies are going to tell kids with disabilities, like, I hope a MAID provider puts you out of your misery. Go save the government some money and die by MAID. Marginalized people shouldn't have to live in a society where doctors suggest that they kill themselves so that the proponents can plan their death like they planned where they went to college.
Total deaths since 2016 number more than 76,000, making it the fourth leading cause of death in Canada, after cancer, heart disease, and accidents. A school is paying $10 million for violating religious freedom. A federal court ruled last year the University of Colorado Medical School was guilty of violating the First Amendment after it refused all religious exemptions for the COVID shot. Settlement negotiations concluded this week with $10.3 million paid out to 18 plaintiffs. The court had found the school was, quote, motivated by religious animus. A number of the plaintiffs lost their jobs as a result of standing on conscience and refusing the vaccine. That is this week's Catholic News Roundup. Please go to stellamaris.media to sign up to our email list for all the latest news and updates. It is always free. If you appreciate our work, please consider a donation. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless your week. I'm Christine Niles.